This is just an update to my rapier. I didn't really like that big huge plate on it. Been looking at a lot of sword videos on YouTube, so I figured make something a little bit more in line with sword stuff. It's gunmetal with the rubber grip. This is a MHS blade holder 6 with the rings cut off and the threading cut off so that it just looked more like a sword pommel. The guard, I basically just folded up the brass and put a longer screw in it so that it's all holding down, or held down by a single 3mm screw right there. 832 set screw, or a blade retention screw. 832 screw down here. This is actually an 16mm AV inside a 22mm AV bezel. Basically just cut the guts out of the bigger one and slid the smaller one inside of it, and it worked out pretty well for the on-off. So it's still, you can just slap it against your leg or just do one of these things and badang it all. There you go. So the shroud is a couple of layers of just regular tube, all the way up to 1.5 inches, I think, and then 1 3/8, 1.25 inches, and the silver one is 1 1/8. Just a couple of slits cut so that it shines through. This is one of the new Cree XP-Ls, and holy bejesus flying crime nuts, it's really bright, especially since it's a direct drive off of the 18650. Yeah, and the shroud, I really like the shape. Those lines are actually the breaks on where the one layer goes into the other layer and stuff like that. So this is right here because that's where my thumb goes. But really, the whole point of the redo is so that I can hold it a little bit more like a proper rapier. There's a nice little edge for the thumb, finger wrapped around the side, or if I wanted to, you can hold it right like this. Not that that's accurate, but at least it's comfortable like that. Got a adapter so that I can put a 7/8 inch blade in there too. Otherwise, pretty much just carved out all the sides for the other one and heat shrunk some rubber on here with, this is just foil tape underneath it so it gives it some ridges. There's a spine on the back too, just to give it a little bit more oval shape for when you actually hold it. I don't know if you can tell, but the guard on the other one, it came up to like here, so there's a lot less grip, again, like a actual rapier. You don't need it all that much, especially if you're holding it like this. You still got all that. Fingers are still protected. Not that it's following any sort of real sword principles at all. It's just, you know, making changes for the sake of making changes.